I wasn't a religious man. I still hesitate to say I am. But what happened that summer, it changed everything. It began on my 46th birthday. My Aunt Lydia, who had lived most of her life in a remote Orthodox monastery in northern Greece, sent me an old icon. It arrived in a plain wooden box, wrapped in linen, with a note written in Greek. I had to ask a colleague to translate it. The note read, "Protect this. Pray before it, never sell it, and never let it be placed in a dark room." Strange instructions, but I was grateful nonetheless. The icon was beautiful hand-painted, clearly aged with gold leaf still clinging to the edges. It depicted the Virgin Mary cradling the infant Christ. Their faces, though worn by time, seemed oddly alive. I hung it in my study next to the window. Sunlight caught on its surface during the day. At night, I left a small lamp on, just in case. The first time I noticed it, I thought it was condensation. A single droplet just beneath the Virgin's eye. I wiped it away with a tissue. No smell, no color. Just water, it seemed. The next morning, there were 2 more, then 5. A friend of mine, Elena, an art historian and devout Orthodox Christian, visited the following week. I showed her the icon casually, not mentioning the weeping. She stood silent for a long time. "Where did you get this?" she asked finally. I explained. Her expression turned pale. She took a step back. "This icon is known, very old. It disappeared during the war. Monks believed it wept when the world was in sin." I laughed, uncomfortable. "You think it's a sign?" "I think," she said slowly, "you should pray." It began with shadows, small ones at first, barely noticeable shapes along the corners of the room. I chalked it up to poor sleep. Then came the dreams, always the same. I stood in a church, empty, echoing. The icon was there, hanging over the altar, but its eyes followed me. Then the weeping began, louder, heavier, until it became a deafening scream. I woke drenched in sweat. The lamp in my study had gone out. I checked the bulb. Brand new, still worked. I turned it back on and saw the icon was wet again, more than ever. Tears ran in twin streaks down her face. I remembered Lydia's warning. Never let it be in a dark room. I left every light in the house on that night. 3 nights later, Elena returned with someone from her parish, a priest named Father Demetrios. He was gentle, soft-spoken, and clearly skeptical. He examined the icon, said a short prayer, then turned to me. "Has anything happened? Any unusual events?" I told him everything. The dreams, the shadows, the tears. He nodded slowly. "These things don't happen without reason." He agreed to bless the house. As he moved through the rooms with incense and holy water, something shifted. The air grew heavier, colder. And then we heard it, a soft knock, not at the door but from inside the study. We ran to it. Nothing was there, just the icon, still weeping. Father Demetrios paled. "This is no ordinary icon," he whispered. "It's a mirror, a warning." Over the following days, things worsened. I began to see things, flashes of moments from my past, things I wasn't proud of, harsh words to my dying mother, a betrayal I thought was buried, a lie that hurt someone deeply. The icon wept more with each memory. I stopped sleeping, stopped eating. My life revolved around that object. It was judging me, watching me, but also showing me. One night, in a fit of desperation, I tried to remove it from the wall. The moment I touched it, the house groaned, literally groaned like the walls were bearing a terrible weight. I let go. The tears on the icon turned red. Elena returned. She didn't knock. She found me in the study, on my knees, sobbing. She called Father Demetrios. He sat with me for hours. I told him everything. "This icon," he said, "is not punishing you. It's inviting you to turn back, to heal." He offered to take it back to the monastery. I refused. "No," I said. "It came to me for a reason. I have to see it through." He looked at me, sadness in his eyes. "Then you must confess, not just to me, to God." That night I wrote letters, to those I'd wronged. Some were dead, some wouldn't read them. But I wrote anyway. The icon cried less the next day. Weeks passed. I started going to church. I spoke to my sister again after 15 years of silence. I even forgave myself. The weeping stopped completely on a quiet Sunday morning. Sunlight hit the icon and something incredible happened. The Virgin Mary smiled, only for a moment, but I swear to you, it was real. The face, once heavy with sorrow, had softened, as if she saw me and approved. Aunt Lydia passed away that autumn. In her will, she left me a note. I knew the icon would find you. It calls to those ready to change. Take care of it now, for others will come after you. The icon still hangs in my study. It hasn't wept since, but I leave a light on every night, just in case.